Facing Your Giants. Lessons from the story of David and Goliath. Welcome back to our channel, where we dive deep into biblical stories to find inspiration and motivation for our daily lives. Today, we're exploring the timeless tale of David and Goliath, a story of courage, faith, and overcoming seemingly insurmountable obstacles. Let's delve deeper into the events of this captivating story. In the land of ancient Israel, a young shepherd boy named David tended his father's sheep, while a great battle loomed on the horizon. The Israelites faced their formidable enemy, the Philistines, whose champion, Goliath, taunted the Israelite army day and night. Goliath was a giant of a man, towering over 9 feet tall, clad in armor and wielding a massive spear. His very presence struck fear into the hearts of the Israelite soldiers, who cowered in their tents, paralyzed by the magnitude of the challenge before them. Meanwhile, David, the youngest son of Jesse, was sent by his father to bring food to his brothers who were serving in Saul's army. As David arrived at the camp, he heard Goliath's defiant boasts and saw the fear in his fellow Israelites. Filled with righteous indignation and unwavering faith in God, David volunteered to face Goliath. Despite the skepticism of King Saul and the ridicule of his own brothers, David remained resolute in his determination to trust in God's deliverance. David rejected Saul's armor, instead choosing to rely on the tools he was most familiar with, his shepherd's staff and his sling. With 5 smooth stones from the brook, David approached Goliath, declaring, "You come against me with sword and spear, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty." In a miraculous display of divine intervention, David's single stone found its mark, striking Goliath in the forehead and defeating the mighty giant. The Philistines, witnessing their champion's defeat, fled in terror, and the Israelites achieved a great victory. Despite the odds stacked against him, David refused to be defined by his circumstances. Instead, he drew strength from his past victories, recalling how God had helped him overcome the lion and the bear while tending his father's sheep. Just like David, we often face giants in our lives, challenges that seem too daunting to conquer. It could be a personal struggle, a daunting career goal, or a seemingly impossible dream. But the story of David reminds us that no giant is too big for God to overcome. So how can we apply David's example to our own lives? Firstly, we must cultivate unwavering faith in God's power and provision. David didn't rely on his own strength, but trusted in God to deliver him. Secondly, we must be willing to step out in courage, even when it seems risky or uncomfortable. David's bravery in facing Goliath teaches us that true courage comes from trusting in God's promises. Lastly, we must remember that our past victories, no matter how small, can prepare us for the challenges ahead. David's experiences as a shepherd equipped him for the battle with Goliath. In conclusion, the story of David and Goliath is not just a historical event, but a timeless lesson for us all. It reminds us that with faith, courage, and reliance on God, we can overcome any giant that stands in our way. Thank you for joining us today as we explored the inspiring events of David and Goliath's encounter. Remember, no matter what giants you face, you have the power of God on your side. Stay tuned for more uplifting content, and until next time, may you find strength and courage in the pages of Scripture. God bless.